Welcome, everybody, back to the Speak Your Life podcast. My name is Andre. I'm your host, and I'm so glad that you're here. So glad that you are with us, present in this moment. As you can see, we are heading into the new year. 2022 is just around the corner, just around the block, and is only hours away. And we have new things coming. And as you can see, everybody, they say, new year, new me. And as you can see, it's a new me already before the new year. As you can see, I got the Black Panther Killmonger look over here. As I start growing my hair out, added the glasses as well. So yeah, I know I look pretty good. Appreciate that. But anyways, I just want to say today's topic really quick before we get into everything. We will be talking about 3 ways of how you can move forward into the new year together. All right, so now, as you, like I said, we know this is the new year that's coming around. Block 2022 is here, it's among us, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. So we might as well make the best of it. We might as well not forget, but just if there are things that we didn't accomplish in 2021, let's put that aside. Let's reflect, and then let's move forward to 2022. We're living in an era where, things are starting to be more collaborative. We are starting to come together in ways that we weren't really before. I always hear this African proverb, and you've probably heard it before, that goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And that is a proverb that really has been something I thought about for a long time. And something that's it's also the basis of what I want to talk about here. Today we'll be talking about, again, 3 ways to move forward into the new year together. Number 1 is to slow down. Number 2 is to realize. And number 3 is to ask for the collaboration. All right. So we're in a society, especially if you're in the Western Hemisphere. In America, we are moving constantly fast, 100 miles an hour every single day. We're expected to move fast, to get on the train, to move in our cars. Everywhere we're expected fast to be moving. But again, like the African proverb said, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And we just need to start slowing down. We all know the story of the tortoise and the hare. From growing up as kids, we all knew that story. But the thing about why the tortoise won that race was not because he was just slow. It was also because he was steady. That is a key factor. Now, it's a lot easier to be steady when you are going at a slower pace, because you have, in the music industry, you're going to hear me reference this, I love the music. So I love the music industry. So, when you blow up fast, the quicker you rise, the quicker you fall. You hear that all the time. You hear these one-hit wonders, people who made a quick hit and then they fall off. And then you have other people who had just had a steady rise. You have people like Drake. You have people like Kendrick Lamar, people like J. Cole. It took them time to just rise up and continue to steadily rise instead of just a quick hit and then you don't hear about them anymore. And, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, whether you're in the music industry, whether you're in content creation, it really doesn't matter what space you're in. You just need to slow down, because you won't be able to go very far if you are not steady. And the only way that you can get to be steady is by starting to slow down, realizing that everything's not going to move rapid. Everything's not going to, your dreams are not going to just happen like that. And even in 2022, you may have some things that you want to accomplish, some goals that you want to accomplish, but it may or may not happen. And you can start working on them now before the new year starts. You can start now. And so you can get to that point. And even if it's, playing ahead a day earlier or a couple of hours earlier, that can make all the difference in the trajectory that you have. So slowing down is the first thing. So next, really quick before I go to the next point, when we are moving fast so much, we want to move fast. It really is an unsustainable feat that we are embarking on. We want to move fast. We want to get things done quickly, which is fine. There are times when the moment calls for that, but we are not built like robots. We're not machines. We're human beings, and so because of that, we have to go at a pace that is steady but yet consistent. The key is being consistent. But the first thing we have to do is slow down. All right, so that brings me to my second point, which is to realize. You have to slow down first before you can realize. And you have to realize that it takes a village. You always hear that phrase, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, in this case, it takes a village for you to be able to become successful. It took your mother and father to bring you to this earth. It took other people in your community, from teachers and principals to get you through school, K through 12. And if you went to college, you had professors, you had other students that encouraged you along the way. And if you're in trade school, whatever you were, starting a job, starting a business, you had somebody that you're always interacting with, somebody that brought value to your life, somebody that was instilling something inside of you that allows you to produce the things that you are producing now, the fruits that people invested before. And so one of the things that comes to mind to me is the up and coming rapper Nardo Wick. And I'm sure many of y'all heard of his song Who Wants Smoke. That song with 21 Savage, G Herbo, Lil Durk, but what was interesting to me about this song is not that it was all over TikTok or the radio, but I want to get to know a little bit more about who Nardo Wick was and his story, and found out that he's from Jacksonville, and it was cool to hear how his dad is involved in his life, and talked about how his dad would work his job, take that money and invest it into his son's music career by buying him a studio, and not only that, investing time that he couldn't get back into learning YouTube tutorials on how to engineer music. And I think that was like a really cool story, just to hear that you got a father being involved like that. And it was very unique. So all that to say is, you got to realize that it takes a village. People want to say, "Oh, I'm self-made. I did it. I got out the mud by myself." Like, nah. Like we had somebody to help us along the way. Somebody was able to help us in some form, some capacity, whether it be financially, emotionally, intellectually, whatever. Somebody helped us along the way. Somebody was part of that village. Somebody was part of that community that allowed us to move forward in our lives. So just remember that. Realize that it takes a village. Realize that it takes community. And that brings me to my last point, which is ask to collab. From content creators to musicians, tech companies, people are starting to realize the power of collaboration, the power of coming together, utilizing sources of not just one, but of two or more entities. They always say it takes two heads are better than one. I would say that's true, and not only that, it's also great to see, whenever you see some of your favorite artists out there. Like I said, for example, Nardo Wick, he brought, it was like 4 artists, all together and 3 features. So, different artists, like I said, G Herbo, 21 Savage, and Lil Durk. But you have other people who are coming together, collaborating. You had Drake and Kanye out in LA earlier in December and doing a Larry Hoover benefit concert out there. So it was just really cool to see when people collaborate, because the beautiful thing about collaboration is this: you are essentially taking another person's experience, their years, their time put into their industry, their respective craft, and you are basically allowing that to be leveraged so that you guys can bring something together and form something amazing. And it's a two-way street. It's not just that person. You're leveraging their time, their experience, maybe their financial resources, or any other thing that they have, but you're also using yours to offer value to them as well in the greater community. And I love seeing that whenever I have like favorite YouTubers that get together and they collaborate, and that it's like, maybe this person is funny, but this collaboration brought that entertainment value to a whole nother level. And it, whether it be financially, or even educationally, you learn something different because you have 2 or more different perspectives. And it's, like I said, it's a beautiful thing to have people come together. And it was one of those things where I realized the power of collaboration towards the end of season 1 of the Speaker Life podcast, and I really honed in on that this season. 29 out of the 30 episodes of this season were collaborations with different people from all over in different industries, from business people, entrepreneurs, doctors, all that stuff. So I'm glad I was able to collaborate and leverage other people's experiences, and so that we could share their story, share their experiences with you guys, and offer a different perspective, not just hearing me talk. Which this is the only episode where this is happening. But I'm glad I just tried something different, and I'm looking to see a lot of collaborations in the next season. So, with all that being said, when it comes to collaborating with other people, you can save a lot of time, you can save a lot of money, you can save a lot of things, because again, like I said, you're leveraging other people's resources, other people's time, other people's experiences, and they are doing that with your experiences, your time, your resources, and you're coming together. And so the thing is, collaboration doesn't just benefit the individual, it also benefits the whole entire community. It like, whether it be clients, customers, community, everybody, it benefits everybody to collaborate. So that is all we have today. As we wrap up things, again, we talked about 3 ways of how to move forward in this new year, 2022. The first, we talked about slowing down, and how we're not machines. We're human beings. We gotta slow the pace down, to then realize that it takes a community, realize that it takes a village to build a family, to build something great, to build a business. It takes a village. And the last thing is, ask to collaborate, putting your ego aside, realizing that other person has something to benefit, or to offer. They have something to offer you, something that can benefit you, and you in turn have something to bring to them. You have value that you can bring as well to the table. So that is all we have for today. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I appreciate you. If you are a new viewer of the show, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you have already been rolling with this, make sure you hit that like button. Excuse me. It helps with the the YouTube algorithm so that more people can get this content, more people can understand the 3 ways in which they can move forward in 2022. We want everybody to get this message. And not only that, we, again, please, please, please remember to subscribe, guys. Everybody remember to subscribe. Whether you're on Spotify, whether you're on Apple, whether you're on YouTube. And I have to say this every time because people watch, they might enjoy, they're like, hey, that was great. Appreciate the conversation, appreciate what you had to say, but they forget to subscribe. So remember, subscribe. And not only that, if you are able to, if you have it in your heart to help a brother out, you can also become a contributor, a monthly contributor to the Speak Your Life Patreon account, which I'll leave the link below. You can contribute $1, $5, $10, and there's different levels, and it's just a way for you to give back and reinvest into this show so that we can continue to pour into you guys, give you great content, bring great collaborations to the show, and just expand and continue, like I said, give you guys that value. So again, thank you guys so much. We are going to see you very soon. We'll see you in season 3 next year, 2022. So that's in a few hours. But while you're out, have fun, enjoy yourself with loved ones, whoever you're with, friends. But also remember to stay safe out there, because COVID is very real, and so are drunk drivers. So if you are, having a little bit too much to drink, just go ahead and get that Uber. That's all right. And just be aware when you're on the roads if you are driving. So that is all I have for you guys today. Love you guys, and I will see you next time, next season. Peace.